souls and serves at my side.
Hello folks, we're back, and this is our fifth and final tag, and this is the last one. This is our little round tag with the fairy dust and the big beautiful dimensions and the flowers. So let's get started on this one here. This is the Tim Holtz tag die, and what I did was I painted this one once again with the white distress stain. And if you haven't got the distress stain, that's fine. You can use white paint, you can use ink, or nothing at all. It's up to you. Eclectic Papery has all this stuff in stock, all these supplies in stock, so if you'd like to pick them up, you certainly can. So I left mine, I like the shabby chic look, so I liked the way that that was going to dry. So we'll put that aside to dry for now. You'll have a big scallop in your kit. You'll have a smaller blue scallop in your kit. And then you'll have two circle dies in your kit. And these we're going to make into a flower. So if you turn them over, you can see it a little bit better. See all the score marks on there? There's score lines all the way around. We're going to be folding those, but first what you need to do is you need to cut along any one of the, it doesn't matter which score line, but find one score line and cut along it, just one line, just like I did. So you're going from the outside to that center little circle right there, and you're cutting one on each one of these. So find another score line on this one here, and you're going to cut right into the center. And sometimes you have to kind of finagle it a little bit to, I don't know about your eyesight, but mine's not what it used to be. So you can see the score lines there, and you can see that I've cut one. Okay? Now, we're going to fold these. And when we fold them, you want, this is the side we're going to be showing on the tag, and your first fold is going to go down. That's important, because when we put these together you'll find out. And then you're going to follow all the way along, just going back and forth, folding along the score line. And it goes pretty quick. Okay? And just go back and forth, just like I'm doing, back and forth. Okay, and you're going to end up with, you can see when it fans out, that's going to be one half of your rosette flower. So now we're going to do the other half, and once again the paper facing up that we're going to be using, and we're going to start folding down first, and then once again all the way around. And I like this rosette. This is this die is from Cat's Pajamas, and I like this rosette better than the long strip ones. The long strip ones, you have to kind of scrunch it in together to try and make a rosette. So you're trying to make long paper into a circle, whereas this is already a circle, and it seems, to me, it seems to work a little bit better. So this is from the Cat's Pajamas. If anyone's interested, you can go onto their website, and this is the die that I used. It's called Hot Rosette 030. So if you're interested, you can go check them out. Okay, so now I have two pieces to my rosette, and I enjoy using hot glue for this because it dries faster. And I am gluing just one of the folded down sections that I started with. And I'm going to stick it, matching it up to the other side, and then squeezing it together. Okay, and that's why you had to fold it down first, so when it met like that, you didn't have the raw edges sticking up. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side, and your rosette will be all made. And I think this is just so much better than those long strips. And there is your rosette. There's only one downfall that I find making the rosette from this die, and that is, I know you can't see it now, but you will see it when you get yours, that the center kind of sinks in a little bit. You can see that the center sinks. It doesn't stay up and flush with the sides. It kind of sinks in a little bit, which is good and bad. It depends on your design. I find that sometimes that's the only negative thing I have found about making rosettes this way. Absolutely love this die. I've used it 100 times over and adore it. Okay, so hopefully your piece is dry by now, and you're going to glue your big scallop on there first, and then you're going to put your flower, glue that one right onto the center, right in the center there. Okay, and then you have some trimming and fussy cutting to do on this one as well. And I've outlined, see the bird there at the bottom? You're cutting that out. You're going to fussy cut that out, and that's from this paper called Leafy Treetops. And it's at the bottom, kind of in the center there. And that's the bird and the leaves that you'll be cutting out. On this one as well, this one that we've already cut apart quite a bit, I believe it's Mayflowers. We're cutting out that little bird, just the bird, not the nest or anything, just the little bird in the corner there that's left over. Remember I told you to be careful while we're trimming all those flowers out? Okay, so you're going to cut that little bird out, and you're going to fussy cut the other one that I showed you. Come on back, and we'll finish putting this last tag together. Folks, let's finish this last tag up. I have placed my big scallop on my tag, my base tag. I have glued down my rosette that we made onto the tag as well. And then in the center here, because there's that little divot going in there, I put about 3, I don't know if you can see them, see I put 3 layers of foam dots in the center there just to hold up that center area when I place. You'll be getting one of these scallop punches in your kit as well, and that's going to sit right on top of that. And that'll glue right down to those foam dots that you put on there. Okay? After that, you're going to add on your cutout bird. And I glued him right onto the center, and actually I added some foam tape behind him as well. So I'm going to stick a couple of pieces of foam tape behind him. Stick him down. He goes right in the center there. And this other extra little bird that you cut out, he's going to pop up as well. And put a little piece of foam tape behind him. And sit him right on top. These birds match. They're the same bird, so they sit right on top of one another. Okay. And there we have that. Next in your kit you'll get a little bottle, a little vial of glitter, and that sat right there, right on top of the, right at the bottom there, the left hand corner of the die, of the flower rosette. And I definitely put this down with a little bit of hot glue. You can also use a little glossy accent since it is glass. The hot glue may not totally hold it 100% of the time. So you can put a little glossy accents there as well. Now on this tag over here, you notice this little flower here. This one would be glued on the side here. Unfortunately, it hasn't come yet. We have them on order, and I didn't want to hold up the whole video just for one little flower. So when you get your kit, you will be receiving this flower. It's no longer pink though. Now they make it in a blue that matches the paper here. So it'll blend a little bit more. But that little flower is from Prima, and that will be stuck right there in the corner there. In your kit, you'll be also receiving 2 butterflies, Martha Stewart butterflies. Once again, fold them and pinch them in, and I glue them right up at the top there. So you can use your glue gun or zip dry, whatever you'd like. Okay, so there are my 2 butterflies glued on. Now you'll notice too that I have some twine at the top there, and what I did was you take the twine, and I left a good little strand hanging here, and I tied it around the band a couple of times, I don't know, 3 or 4, 5, and then I tied a knot. And after the knot, I glued down a pearl on top of it. Okay, and then you put the pearl down. And what I did was too, I cut out one of the butterflies left over from the paper. This little guy right here, this little butterfly. There's all kinds of butterflies on the paper. You can trim any one of those out and just add it to the top there. And I did cut out a couple of extra little flowers that you can find on in your paper as well, left over. You can add one of those to the front of the vial here. And then I did my violet, which once again comes from that paper that we've been cutting our banners out from. And I did the same exact thing, and this time I used the violet way in the center there, but just for time's sake, I think I'll cut the daisy out again. And the banner is made same exact way. Trim it out. Make sure it's nice and straight. Trim it down. And then I add my little banner edge. Curl it with my fingers. And then I glued that one right in underneath the flower rosette there. Okay, and there's a couple more pearls left over that I glued in the center of the butterflies. So you can put a little dab of glue, pearl, glue, pearl. And that's about it, folks. That's it for our tags. I hope you enjoyed this tag class with the graphic 45 paper and all the extra little embellishments from Melissa Francis and Prima and Maya Road. Wonderful little elements. And this was all for Eclectic Papery, so be sure to check them out online. Their blog address will be at the bottom of this video. Thank you very much, and have a great day crafting.
I dwelt in marble halls with vessels and